I'm sure you've booted up Tekken and gone online to enjoy a session, only to be greeted with a Lei who will not get up off the floor. And every time you go near him, it's like running into a blender. Perhaps you versed an Eddy who you know is punishable after a blocked move, but you just can't hit him. Or even a Xiaoyu player who seems to nullify your entire offense with a single stance. There's also Zafina, who I'm going to be real with you, I have no idea what she does, so let's look at what newer players can do when versing these opponents. When in doubt, do a tactical retreat. I know there's a life bar at the top of the screen and the goal is to put in the damage, but when you're not sure what to do, the best thing you can do is remove yourself from the situation with some backdashing. These characters will require you to find a move which can hit them out of their stance, so I would suggest picking your character and each of these characters, putting them in their stance, and finding ideally a move which is mid for Eddy and Ling, and you can use a low for Lei and Zafina. These moves should be reasonably fast and can hit them out of the stance. Lei is a menace for mid to lower levels, particularly because they try to make you play their game and we're used to just spamming our attacks. Lei has 4 grounded stances, but as a beginner it is most likely too overwhelming to commit all of these to memory, so I would suggest 2 main strategies. The first is to simply disengage from your opponent when they get on the floor. A lot of the time, lower level Leis are so ready to do their attack after they drop that you can punish accordingly. When you've made some distance, this is when you should start approaching slowly and play around with your range to try and force a whiff. You may have noticed that Leis will be spamming 2 main moves, a sweep type move and a mid kick launcher. Lei can only do the launching mid when his head is towards you. He can do a big low launcher when his head is away from you, although he may also launch you low when his head is towards, but it must be a clean hit. Otherwise he only gets a hell sweep type attack. A lot of the time, these can be defeated by retreating. Once you've made some space, if they're head first, they may go for a slide, which you can easily block on reaction. If they don't slide or get up, begin baiting their attacks and punish them. Pressure Lei hard, and if he starts going into his grounded stance, be quick to realize if there's a pattern or a move he likes to do it after and get your selected low out so you can resume the fight your way. There are 2 main things you need to know about Eddy's relaxed stance as a beginner. When you punish a move which ends with him going into relaxed stance, a lot of the time you'll have to do the combo that you use to punish slides. 2 big moves to get used to punishing are back 3-3 and while standing 1-3. These are both -14 and end with Eddy in relaxed stance. I will link a video if you're having trouble finding a move. Otherwise, put Eddy in relaxed stance in practice mode and go through your mids which are reasonably fast and knock him out of the stance. When you're playing matches against Eddy, if you block a move of his and he ends up in relax, try the mid out that you've selected and see if you can interrupt his next attack. The second is the launcher mix-ups, which may be avoided by backdashing as long as he hasn't set it up correctly. Eddy cannot get his second hit of his low launcher to hit when he's around 2.3ish range or below, and his mid is even worse. So here's the thing. If Eddy does something like his while running 3 and gets pretty close to you, these launches are a real mix-up. You can sidestep one, sidestep the other, and kind of minimize both with a hop kick, but it's a true mix-up. But if you already have some space, really do focus on getting that extra 1 meter or so. The newbie supplement to these launches is a spring kick that a lot of online Eddy players will do. This is -12, so let them know that they can't get away with this kind of stuff. Art of the Phoenix is the bane of a Tekken player's existence. If you thought Leis like to drop to the floor randomly, you're in for a treat when Lings start peacocking mid-pressure and launching you. There are setups that Lings like to do, to make it seem like you can retaliate, only for them to go into AOP and punish you. Lings like to go into AOP by neutral, or if they want to make their stance more evasive, they'll do a small sidestep into the Art of the Phoenix. What you should do is find a good mid that hits Art of the Phoenix by itself, and then try to find one that hits them if they go into sidestep right AOP. If you can't find a good mid to hit them out of Art of the Phoenix during their sidestep, get used to seeing patterns in your opponent's play when they incorporate this sidestep right Art of the Phoenix, as you can just wait for a little moment and realign yourself so that you can use your normal anti-AOP attack. The reason we use mids to hit her is because she will crush highs and a lot of her attacks will jump over lows, so mid gives us the best coverage. Ling players will just vacuum up bad and rushing opponents, as their tricks rely on you playing too fast. Slow down, keep track of your anti-Art of the Phoenix moves, and play her game better than she does. I will just cover a few small things here, as this really is an anti-Ling guide, but I thought you should know some stuff. One of her lows out of Art of the Phoenix is launch punishable, but she ends up grounded. So use the combo that you used on Eddy's back 3-3 here, or mess around and find one in practice mode. She can do a grab out of Art of the Phoenix after a roll, where if she rolls left, you can break with 1, and if she rolls right, you can break with 2. If she does a raw Art of the Phoenix into her 2 grab, sometimes she ends up at your back. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. I did this whole video and kinda forgot she existed, because I've versed maybe one Zafina since she's been released, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I would just back up and kick her with a low, otherwise, good luck. These are just some small tips to help you deal with some very annoying stances. There's a lot more to these characters and what they can do out of these states, but I just want to give you a head start on your Tekken journey. Open up practice mode. Find a mid that hits Ling and Eddy. Find a quick low for Lei. Practice your backdashing and slow down against Ling players. When in doubt, back up and reevaluate.